Hello guys, Joe at Smokin Joe's Pit Barbecue. Today we are smoking up some pastrami on my El Rey smoker, also known as Veronica, so stay tuned.
Hello guys, Joe at Smokin Joe's Pit Barbecue here. Look at that. Look at these pork bends, guys.
Alright guys, welcome back. So as I mentioned in the introduction, we are going to make some pastrami on my El Rey smoker, also known as Veronica, that I forgot who named it, but some of you guys, or one of you guys named my smoker Veronica, and I like it. So what I've got here are two corned beef flats, and these are off of a brisket. The nice thing about buying these corned beef flats is that you can actually see through the package and see what you're buying. So make sure that you look for that, and that you're not buying a roast that's maybe too small, or a flat that's too small, or maybe has a lot of fat. In fact, this one here had still a really nice fat cap, and I did a little bit of trimming on it, and it's got a little bit of the point still left on top of that. I'm just going to leave that on there. This one here, it's a little bit more square. It had a little bit of the fat left. I wish it would have had a little bit more fat on the top, but that's okay. We're going to make this work because I am going to cook these fat side up on my El Rey smoker. So what I did is I took them out of the package and I rinsed them off, and they've been sitting here for about 20 minutes, and believe it or not, they've released some more liquid, because of the brine that they use when they make these corned beef flats is a very salty brine, so it's going to continue to sweat out some of that liquid. So on one of these roasts, or one of these flats, I'm sorry, I've had this cow cover hot from Kosmos for probably, I haven't even opened it, probably 5 months, and I never used it. I've never tried it before. You guys know that I'm a big Victory Lane fan. So on one of these, I'm just going to put some of this Kosmos cow cover hot, and I'm going to use a lot of it. What I'm going to try to do is try to cook these corned beef as if it was a brisket. Cook it like a brisket. I think the inside is going to be a little bit redder than a brisket because of the brine that they used. So I'm just going to use some of this Kosmos cow cover hot on one of these, and I'll show you what I'm going to do to the second one. So I'm going to cook this just like a brisket, so I'm going to look for that internal temperature of about 201 degrees. I like pulling my briskets out at that temperature and let them rest for probably an hour, something this small, probably an hour. Then do the top side. And again, this is all that I'm going to put on this flat here. And I don't know what I'm going to do with this. I might go to the store and get some sandwich bread and make some pastrami sandwiches. I don't know, we'll see. So that's about it. Okay? No injection, no nothing. These have been brined in that solution for a while, so there's no reason to inject on this one. Alright. So that's that one right there. The second one, I'm going to try to not to get any of that Kosmos stuff on here, because I want to see if there's a different taste. I'm going to use some garlic jalapeno seasonal from Victory Lane. Just like this. Whew. It's going to make me sneeze. The second rub I'm going to use is the Victory Lane beef rub. Just like that. Get the edges. Try not to sneeze here. Just like that. And then the third rub, Then I'm going to use, ooh, that's got me going, that garlic jalapeno. The third rub is this peppered cow, which is really, really good on briskets as well. Apologize for me having the sniffles here. That garlic jalapeno will do that to you. Alright, get the fat cap, what's left of it anyway. And there we have it. So I'm going to go ahead and my El Rey is already nice and warm. And I'll bring you guys outside and let you know how I'm going to position them in my smoker, so stay tuned. Alright guys, welcome back. We are outside at my El Rey smoker. Temperature set right at 275 on both sides, left to right. And I've got my pastrami here. And this is the one with the Kosmos Q. I'm going to put that one a little bit on the inside, just like that. Again with the fat cap up. And this is the one with my Victory Lane rubs and my peppered cow. So I probably won't check on these for about 3 hours or so. Then we'll come back and get an internal temperature. So I will bring you guys back at that point, so stay tuned guys. Alright guys, welcome back. We are at the 5 hour mark, and this is what the pastrami looks like so far. See that? It's looking really, really good, nice and juicy. So I'm going to go ahead and wrap these. The internal temperature right now is 160 degrees. So all I'm going to do is wrap this in foil. I'm going to put a little bit of beef broth. I was going to put some Kosmos Q in there, but I decided not to at the last minute. I'm just going to put some beef broth, just a little bit. And I'm just going to wrap this up. And obviously I'm going to do that to the other one as well. Just like that, nice and tight. Keeping the fat cap up. I'm going to try to speed up the process a little bit. So, put that back in the smoker. And here is our other pastrami that was rubbed with the Victory Lane rubs. Looking really, really good. So I'm going to wrap this up, guys. Put them back in the smoker, and we'll check for an internal temperature of 201 degrees or so. So stay tuned. Alright guys, welcome back. So the total cook time was right at 6 hours, 4 hours uncovered, and then 2 hours covered in foil. I used foil. I normally use butcher paper, but I wanted to speed up the cooking process, so I used foil paper, and that's what they call the Texas crutch. It really helps speed up if you're cooking briskets and stuff. I don't like to use foil paper because I think it kind of softens your bark that you work so hard to achieve. But in this case, I'm okay with it. So I've got the brisket flats here, and they have been resting for about 30 minutes. And I did save the au jus just in case I do want to dip it in there. But I will tell you that they don't probe as tender as brisket, and I think it's because of the brining solution that they use when they cure these brisket flats. But normally I think it would be better to let them chill and take them out the next day and put them in a slicer. If you had a meat slicer, that would be the best that you could possibly do, so you can get some really nice thin slices. But we're still gonna have some sandwiches tonight, and what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take a couple of slices off of each one. This is the one with the Victory Lane rubs, and this is the one that I use the Kosmos Q, the cow cover hot. So we're just gonna get a couple of slices. I'm going to try to cut these as thin as possible, and you want to cut against the grain. Nice pink center. I can tell you that. It's not a brisket by any means. So get some nice thin slices, and this knife is doing a really nice job with this pastrami. And it's pink all the way through. That doesn't mean it's raw. Again, that's part of the curing process of pastrami. Look at this. I mean, that's what you want. I mean, it just pulls apart nice and tender. So I'm going to get a few more slices off of this one here. Again, I'm trying to slice this as thin as possible, guys. Man, the smell that's coming off of these is amazing. This is my first time ever making pastrami. I can tell you right now, it won't be my last time. Alright, so that's enough of that one. Again, that's the one with the Victory Lane rubs. And let's try this Kosmos Q. Move this aside here. This is the one that had the Kosmos Q. This brisket flat I like because they left a little bit of the point on top. That's this piece right here. And that's going to be really, really tasty. This one was just the flat by itself. So this is very, very lean, guys. It doesn't have the fat that you would traditionally find on a brisket. And I can tell you that this one here is a little bit more juicy. And I think that's because of that piece of point meat they left on the top. That helps keep the brisket flat, nice and moist. So I'm trying to practice my cutting skills, guys, and my entire life I've been holding my knives the wrong way. I usually hold my knives like this with my finger on the top, like this, and I found out that's a big no-no. You're supposed to put your fingers on the side of the knife and slice that way. You have better control of the knife. So now I'm getting to the into that point here. Alright, let's check this bad boy out. Well, this one's a little thicker, so that's not a fair comparison. But this one's juicy. And again, it's because of this fat here off the point. So I'm going to give these both a taste, and whichever one I like the most, I'm going to go ahead and make my sandwich out of it. So I'm going to try this one here with the Victory Lane rubs. Try to get a piece that has a good amount of rub, like this one here. That's good. Great pastrami flavor. I get the rub on the end there because I'm eating the outside or the edge last, if you will. A little bit of spice, a little peppery. Really, really good. I'm gonna try these. I cut a little bit thicker for some reason. I'm gonna try this piece here. That's really good too. They both have very similar flavors, and it's hard to compare because you have that salty brine in the brisket flat, and that's where you get this nice red color from. But they both got a really good flavor. You guys know that I like spice a little bit more. This one's a little bit spicier, and I think it's because of the garlic jalapeno seasonal that I used. So I'm going to make my sandwich out of this one. So I'm going to get a few more slices. We'll come back and I'm going to show you how I'm going to prepare my sandwich. So stay tuned. Alright guys, welcome back. I got a few more slices off of this brisket flat here, this pastrami. And I've got 2 slices of toast here. And this is sourdough toast. So I'm just using a little bit of Grey Poupon mustard. I love this stuff. Puts up on each slice of toast here. There we go. This is going to be good. Once I started slicing into this brisket flat a little bit closer to the middle, it got a little bit juicier. So I'm going to get a couple of slices of Swiss cheese, just like this. And I've got some sauerkraut here too. I warmed this up. I love sauerkraut. Let me know if you guys like sauerkraut. And what kind of toast do you like? I know you can use rye, you can use pumpernickel, but I'm a fan of sourdough for sure. Oh yeah. This is coming together nicely. Then what we want to do is start layering your pastrami on the sandwich, just like this. Oh yes. Actually, I did a nice job of slicing this really nice and thin. It's like almost paper thin. There we go. That looks like a sandwich to me. Guys, I'm gonna plate this up and I'll bring you guys back. Alright guys, welcome back. Went ahead and made up my sandwich here and got some chips, and I got a couple of pickle spears here as well. I'm gonna go ahead and slice this so you guys can see the inside of the sandwich. Look at that. Look at that mountain of pastrami. I'm gonna give this a shot, guys. Cheers. That is a home run. This is my very first time ever making pastrami. I love pastrami. It's expensive when you buy it at the store. I think these two brisket flats, I paid like $14 for both of them, and they were both about 4 pounds. So, and you get the satisfaction of cooking it yourself. Really nice and tender. I don't think I would do anything different, guys. This is an amazing sandwich. Give this a shot. Don't be afraid to cook up some pastrami. You won't be disappointed. Guys, I hope you like this video. Give me a thumbs up if you like this video. If you have any questions, leave them down below. Hit the subscribe button. Until next time, Joe is Smokin Joe's BBQ. See ya.